It is Tuesday, May 4th. We're going to see what's happening in the garden. We've got some things planted this week, and we'll see how they're doing. We planted the okra, and I had thought that I'd hardened it off well enough, but I'm seeing some sun scalding. It's going to be rainy and overcast the next couple days, so I'm hoping that this guy makes it. Same thing's happening to this okra here, so I must not have had them as hardened as I thought. That one too. So, you know, I have a few okra out, and we will hope that they survive their little sunburns there. I also this week planted out here at the front arch. I'm going to take these flowers off because I don't want this guy putting up flowers yet. I planted 4 types of cherry tomato: a Matt's Wild Cherry, Fahrenheit Blues, and over here on this side I have a gold, a sweet gold cherry, and what's this one? Dark Galaxy. So if these guys work out, I should have this front arch just covered with different kinds of cherry tomatoes. But my sweet gold has the same sun damage, so whatever I'm doing to harden these guys off is not working perfectly. It's not great, so I will take that into consideration. Back behind here I have kale, and I've planted some companion flowers, some cosmos and things around the yard. I am starting to see some evidence that there is a critter getting into my bed and eating my things. Here's one kale that looks nibbled, and there's another one there. So I think I haven't been shutting the gates well enough, or maybe we have a hole in our fence, but I think probably I probably don't even have the gate shut well enough right now. So, sorry, while I'm here, I'm just gonna pluck out these things that I'm seeing. Okay. So, we're gonna shut the gates. Keep an eye out. I can always plant more kale, but the stuff that's still there is looking good. I just don't want it all to get eaten. I also have some more kale that I planted up on the deck. So I planted some poppies here and a cucumber in the middle here. I'm gonna do some other cucumber things around the garden, but put one out. Let's see what else we've got. So that's the kale, cucumber, poppies. Here's my Long Island Brussels sprouts. I just planted 2 marigolds to live with these guys. And I'm seeing a couple of things that I don't like. I'm seeing nibbles on the leaves, and I'm seeing just a nibbled leaf off. So these guys need some protection. I need to shut the gates, obviously, and they might need some diatomaceous earth. I don't know how long these will survive. I might need to get some more Brussels sprouts from the nursery, or I might have some more extras inside. But whatever doesn't really survive out here, I'll just replace. So. And then the next square here, my potatoes are coming up. Look at those potato plants. And there's a volunteer zinnia in there, I can see. Or is that a zinnia or a sunflower? I don't know. It gets to stay. So these potato plants are starting to peek out. I will keep an eye on them, keep them weeded, and I'm gonna pile up some more leaves not to cover them, but just to make sure that they're, when they start to create tubers, that those tubers are not exposed to sunlight. And then just now I planted this half of the bed with some leeks that I had gotten at the nursery. I went ahead and separated them out instead of doing like a multi-sow. I separated them out each into its own section because I had this space that was perfect for that amount. That half of that bed is still not planted with anything. I have some volunteer lettuce coming up over on the side there. If I remember correctly, that lettuce we really liked last year, so I might just let it live there and plant something around it. And here's my peas. These are all Sugar Daddy Snap peas, and they are starting to look good. They probably won't climb these trellisy things, but I am hoping that the trellisy, these teepees that I created, give them a little bit of something, some structure, so that as they grow big, they don't just flop entirely over. And we still have not, that area I'm probably going to turn into a sitting area. Right now that's just winter rye. Move the compost heap and plant squashes there probably. And then over there on the side is still my garlic. And I did weed it, part of it, but part of it I did not weed. So I need to go back in and get those weeds out, maybe mulch it. And then this whole section needs to be cleared for planting my real tender things. So this is going to be probably like hot peppers, tomatillos, and eggplants. And then real exciting, we took the dive this week and planted out the tomatoes along this trellis. I was able to get, let's see, 3, 4, so 8 on each trellis, so 16 total. So I got 8 varieties along these trellises, plus another 4 varieties of cherry on the front arch, meaning I planted 12 of my varieties. I still have another 5 or 6 types of tomato that I haven't had a place to plant yet. So I've got that back arch back there. I've got plenty of extras of all of these. So as soon as we get back to that back arch and make it a plantable space, I'll have some things to put on it. But I need to do that relatively soon. Down here, I had planted some cilantro and some parsley. The parsley never came up, but the cilantro, I think that cilantro finally did start coming up. It was in little rows, so I put a little bit of cedar mulch between the rows just to sort of give it a little bit of help. And we'll see how that does. And then all around, I planted out a few of my other flowers. So there's a zinnia. I have some other zinnias now planted, scattered throughout some of my seedlings. And I had some coleus and some other things planted. That right there that I'm looking at now is a borage. I planted those in between the tomatoes a little bit. So yes, it's almost starting to look like a garden instead of just a pile of dirt and trash. Isn't that wonderful? Right there, that row, that's my radishes. They are nearly, look at that. Radishes are so cool. Like this one, it's almost ready to pull. So I'm gonna get my very first harvest very soon. And then in front of the radishes, I have some spinach. It does look like it might become spinach. That's pretty exciting. And then a row of carrots, which look like they're getting there. And then in front of that, I had planted all different types of lettuces, arugula, mesclun, just anything you might want to pull and make a salad. And I also added a couple of these, which I had grown early from seed inside. So ideally, very soon, you'll be able to come to this. Oh, and in the back there, I planted out some chives. So ideally, very soon, you'll be able to come to this section of the garden and pick yourself a salad at dinner time. So we'll see when the first salad gets picked. Certainly radishes are going to need to get picked soon. And then I'll need to continually plant this area with fresh things. Like I'll start another row of carrots, I'll start another row of radishes. That way I'll have things. I'm seeing over there in my yard my little groundhog Winston, who's really cute. He might be the one that's coming in my garden. I have a groundhog. I don't know if I can get him or not. There he is back there. He's super cute. Hi, Winston. I have groundhog. There are rabbits. There's foxes. There's all sorts of things, which I love having, but obviously don't necessarily want them in my garden. Here's my broccolis again. I'm seeing some damage, so something has discovered my garden and started nibbling. I have these are various like broccolis and cauliflowers, and in between them are some onions, Dixondale Farms onion starts. There's some kohlrabi as well, some of my brassicas, and a volunteer, again, sunflower or zinnia. I just can't remember what they look like, that I'll let grow. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. That's about it for the garden. We can look at the grapevine, see how that's doing. I really feel like I should have read up on how to prune it, but I'm gonna have to wait, I think, and prune it once it's done its growing for the year, and maybe give it some more, a bigger pot to grow in meanwhile, because it's already leafing out. I don't want to damage it while it's leafing out. It's very pretty, actually. I wonder if I can get that. Yeah. So, grapevine, and then yes, my old rickety gate is certainly open here, just saying, hey rabbits, come on in. I'll shut this real good. Let's see if that helps at all. But I have a feeling I need to get Luke to come out here and really just go around the fence and reinforce everything, or else we're just gonna lose all our crops to these critters. So yeah, there's the garden. Starting to grow things. Very exciting. Great.